from being the Housing Secretary and avoiding £40,000 of council tax, and it screams to entitlement.
Nigel Farage reacts as Keir Starmer faces pressure over Angela Rayner scandal. You're not going to believe this. Nigel Farage was caught off guard, genuinely surprised as Keir Starmer came under fresh pressure over the ongoing Angela Rayner scandal. This wasn't just another political spat. This was one of those moments where the tension in Westminster cuts through the noise and makes everyone stop, watch, and ask, is this the breaking point? For months, the Labour leader has been battling turbulence inside his own party. But now, the storm has spilled out into the open. And Nigel Farage, never one to stay quiet, seized the moment, but even he seemed stunned at just how far things have gone. So here's what happened. Angela Rayner, Labour's deputy leader, has been at the centre of swirling controversy. Questions about her political judgment, internal disputes, and her high-profile clashes have kept her under the microscope. Keir Starmer has defended her at times, but critics argue that every new headline drags Labour further into crisis. And that's where Farage comes in. During a late-night broadcast, he reacted live as reports surfaced that Starmer was facing renewed calls not from his opponents, but from inside Labour itself to consider stepping aside if the Rayner scandal continues to erode trust. Farage leaned back, shook his head, and said something that immediately went viral. "I never thought I'd see the day." Starmer, the man who promised stability, now being rattled by his own deputy. That's the line that's echoing across social media right now. Let's pause here. Think about what this means for Labour. For years, Starmer's entire pitch to the British public has been, "I'm the calm, competent alternative to chaos." But scandals like this one and the way they spiral out of control threaten to undo that image. And when even Nigel Farage, a figure who thrives on Labour's troubles, admits he didn't see this twist coming, you know the political ground is shifting. The public reaction has been electric. One viewer tweeted, "Farage looks more shocked than pleased. That tells you how serious this is." Another shot back, "Labour drama again. The Tories must be laughing." And then came a more cutting response, "If Starmer can't control his own team, how can he control the country?" Journalists weren't far behind. One political columnist wrote, "Farage's reaction speaks for millions, a sense that Labour's promise of stability is being tested and may be broken." Behind closed doors, insiders are whispering too. A Labour staffer, speaking to a local outlet, reportedly said, "The pressure is real. People are nervous. If this keeps escalating, questions about Starmer's future won't just be media speculation, they'll be party business." And that's exactly the kind of pressure Farage loves to highlight. He has built his brand on exposing the cracks in the political establishment, and right now, Labour's cracks are widening. But let's not forget Farage isn't just reacting for the cameras. He knows these moments shift public opinion. When he points out Starmer's troubles, he's also drawing a bigger picture. Britain's political class, left and right, is wobbling under the weight of scandals, resignations, and broken promises. And that's the irony. While Starmer is under fire, the Conservative Party isn't exactly shining either. Which means Nigel Farage's reaction wasn't just surprise, it was calculation. He's watching both major parties bleed credibility, and he knows that creates space for voices like his. So, where does this leave Keir Starmer? Right now, he's still Labour's leader. He hasn't resigned, he hasn't given any hint of stepping down. But the fact that his own deputy's scandal is fueling whispers about his leadership shows just how fragile his position can become. And Angela Rayner? She remains defiant. She's brushing off critics, insisting she has the support she needs, and refusing to bow to outside pressure. But her presence keeps the spotlight burning hot not just on her, but on Starmer himself. Farage, in his closing comments, said it plainly. If Starmer falls because of Rayner, it'll go down as one of the strangest chapters in Labour history. That's the soundbite people are replaying, quoting, and debating. Here's the big takeaway. This isn't just about Rayner. It isn't even just about Starmer. It's about whether Labour can present itself as the stable, united alternative to years of Conservative drama. Because right now, voters are asking, if they're this divided before power, what happens if they actually win it? And that's the question that could haunt Labour all the way into the next election. So let me leave you with this. Nigel Farage may have been surprised, but the real surprise is still to come. Will Keir Starmer hold the line, or will the Rayner scandal be the domino that sends his leadership tumbling down? And if that happens, the question won't just be, what next for Labour? It'll be, what next for Britain?